Are you mic source? Are you still Okay, mic is still working. That is awesome. Now my pen. There we go. Uh, excuse me? What's going on here?
All right, we're back.
Cause like, I also gotta get new headphones. There we go. Really need my camera because I just have it cornered right here. But now you can hear me. Sorry about that, chat. Um, but yeah, with my physical mic, it sometimes like cuts out. So if that ever happens, let me know. Yeah, you guys can hear me now. Okay. Huh. Gosh, there we go. Much better. See, everything's all bright. Okay. I didn't know really what music to do, so I just did Lo-Fi Girl because that is Twitch appropriate. So okay. But yeah, Teddy, you gotta give me like a reminder of like who you were, cause I barely post on my YouTube, but I appreciate I have more people going watching me. I need to announce that I'm live on Instagram too right now. Just troll me. Okay, well this needs. If I'm gonna do this, this needs to be way higher. Like yeah, right here. Go. I still gotta practice drawing myself in circles. But that's okay. It's meant to look goofy on purpose. This is supposed to be really quick to announce on live. But check just working on my desktop. Um, I guess if you don't like ads, I don't know. I know if you try to do like YouTube ad blocker, they found a way to prevent that. But maybe there's a Twitch ad blocker. And I've been debating whether I want to get an ad blocker or not. Most of the time, I just go through the ads because like you're trying to support your Twitch friends, and in order to do that, you have to suffer through the ads. So, in a way, it's like I wouldn't mind trying to pay for like the Twitch thing. Either you sub to someone, or Twitch has the thing where you can pay like was it like $20 a month, and you get like Twitch special things, but all I want is like the no ads, so I don't want to pay for that whole other subscription to get those other products that other like bonuses that I'm not going to use anyways. I'm trying to make it so that like okay, this angle is not going to work because like I'd have to have like the hand be like over here, but it's like I have my hand out, like I'm trying to do like something like that, you know. Gonna make it up. I don't know if I'm gonna get it though. If you want to get rich, you're gonna have to work on a lot of Twitch chat etiquette, and that's gonna take a long time. Like it took me 3 years to get my second Twitch payout. And all just depends on how often you stream and stuff. And honestly, I think from what I've learned, if you know people like Jinxie or yeah, like Jinxie and Queso, they just make a lot of clips and post it on TikTok, and that's how they got popular. So in a way, I don't recommend clip farming, but it allows you, you know, because nowadays people on the internet have a short attention span, so that's why you kind of have to get their attention. But yeah, as long as you're entertaining and funny, you can do that. But like obviously, you know, Scarlett, dream big, but just say that if you want to get rich, you got a long way to go. Like all my favorite creators, like, you know, Maximilian Dude, even Moist Critical, you know, they just just posted a lot of like simple, like short content. Rich enough to buy bits? To support channels. I mean, in, in bits, like, uh, it- but bits are more like a cent. So, because of that, you don't have the money. Well, that's why you have to get a job, and I know you can't really go outside because of allergies and stuff, so... Wait, is my mic really cutting out? It doesn't look like it is. Testing? Yeah. I don't think it's cutting out. It looks fine. Maybe refresh the stream? Um... But as I was saying... Oh no. I don't know, Scarlet, because if you want to make money, you need to get to an average of 3 viewers, which you're doing, get 50 followers, and then stream on 7 different days. I feel like you would have gotten Twitch affiliate right now, Scarlet. I don't know how many. No, Scarlet, you said you already passed 500 followers, so it's like, yeah, or 50 followers, yeah.
Alright, we're back.
And you stream constantly, so I'd say go on your Twitch channel and check if you have met the requirements for Twitch affiliate, and then maybe you can fill that out. Cause I would assume you have it. Dude, don't say that, man. You, be proud of your viewers, man. Look at me, Scarlet. Look, I'm an artist, right? And I know most people watch me for my fighting game streams, but I'm just streaming out of the pure passion that I enjoy. I'm not expecting, 50 people to come watch me, ask me a bunch of art questions. No, I stream for the fun of it, and to grow better as an artist. Even when I play fighting games, when I was playing Under Night with me and my friend Alex, no one was watching me. Don't just stream in hopes that we want like thousands of viewers and stuff. That's fine, but you can't set big goals for yourself. Stream for the fun of it, because what's gonna happen is that with every new stream, you're gonna be disappointed with the amount of viewers that you have, and then you'll feel like streaming is worthless, and you're only gonna make yourself feel better more because you're gonna be looking at this VTuber or this jelly streamer and be like, what are they doing? Is it their model? Like, are they shirtless? What are they doing to get more viewers? And you can take notes. You can ask like how to make the stream better. But remember, they started off like small too. You've been barely like streaming for a year. I don't know how long you've been streaming for. It sounds like 2-3 months. So be proud of the small achievements, man, because they go a long way. Like when I first got like 100, man. Like, I don't think anyone watched my 100 follower stream, but I still celebrate a 100 follower stream by doing like karaoke. And so you're putting a lot of blame on yourself, man. Just have fun streaming, man. And if no one wants to watch you, then try to look up videos on like how to be more like entertaining. Try to figure out like what's the popular game. Like Skullgirls, I just kind of got lucky because it's a niche game, but you like a lot of fighting games, so I'd say, okay, maybe I'll try to do more Skullgirl stream. I saw that you were blowing up with Guilty Gear Strive, you can make a Discord so that you can, make sure you self-promote. Self-promoting is very important to announce when you're live, and so that people know, hey, this guy's live. Like, when I go live, I announce on my Discord. I still need to announce on my Instagram, but I try to announce it everywhere possible to get people to watch. But yeah, don't be ashamed of yourself, man. Like Scarlet, I legit mean this, Scarlet. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm legit proud of you, man. Not only did you get a better PC and like I don't know if like better mic and stuff. You got that outfit that looks good, man. Like compared to before, Scarlet, you your old PC. Granted, I couldn't really tell much of a difference. You actually got a Twitch chat and you got a Twitch chat and stuff, and like I don't know if you're gonna continue like talking to AI on your streams, but I'm gonna say, man, not a lot of people do that. So on the one hand, it's unique. You can be funny with AI, but as an artist, I don't really support AI. No, I'm done. Good, man. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I don't know who that AI was. I thought it was a fictional character, but if that was a real life actor that you're talking to, you're making a false assumption about like what they play and what they do. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. You were being kind of creepy with some certain questions, but that's all I'm gonna say. So, in a way, man, you look like a Reddit mod, but now you're becoming a Chad. And I hope you continue down this road because because I think you have potential, man. I'm happy that you're taking you took some of my advice and got that like stream chat and becoming better. And trust me, man, you can only go higher from here. So I'm happy, you listened to my advice, to give my chance. You friended me on Discord. If you ever want to collab and do Skullgirls and fighting games, just hit me up, man. I'll be here. I mean, I got work, but most of the time, I have, days off, or I work in like the evening or something. So if you want to do something in the morning, I'll be here. Anyways, I should probably get back to drawing. But seriously, man, the shock that I had when I can probably just do this, yeah. This works. It's not the best, but I'm making this quick. The shock that I had, Scarlet, when you stopped doing AI and then just got a better outfit, and I think the blue suit that you have, it looks nice. I personally wouldn't try to go shirtless. I think like a white shirt, because I'm learning fashion myself, it goes a long way. And you had like a sizable chat that people were watching you because you're playing like Guilty Gear Strive. So you gotta just figure out what games you like, and you build that connection with your community. Even like for myself, it's harder to streamer, but yeah, exactly, man. It's all about experimenting, finding out what you like, and then, like I said, definitely get Nightbot so that you can do commands, you don't have to make a Discord immediately, or you can make a Discord, but, like, it didn't have to have, like, a lot of channels or anything like that. My Discord's dead, but I'm still trying to, like, fix it and stuff, and then, yeah, either just post some of your clips online. I mean, if you need someone to edit your clips, let me know. I'm kind of good with CapCut. But just announce somewhere that you're live on your socials, and then people know, hey, this guy's live. Or like when you're playing Skullgirls and you do open lobby, include your Twitch name. So just any way to get yourself out there, essentially, is what I'm saying. Okay, well, I don't know. Why am I editing this? There's not really any point. Let me take a picture of this and put it live on Instagram, as well as YouTube.
you deserve, and maybe mix in some first grade material in with it. That's what practice and time to develop is on. Understanding how the things we draw on a flat page exist in a three-dimensional world. Or more succinctly, spatial reasoning. Spatial reasoning is effectively a mixture of two of the fundamentals I'd listed previously: form, with some core concepts relating to perspective mixed in. That's a point worth emphasizing. While Drawbox teaches the basics of perspective early on, it is not a perspective course and only covers the bare minimum in Lesson 1, along with a few more interesting concepts towards the end.
Everyone.
So, if you want
Hello? There we go. Hate to have to like plug it in and then re-plug it in every time, but I'll get a new physical mic. And I gotta get new headphones. So this is day 2 of our Drawbox thing, and we're currently watching this person called it's the channel. Wait, the channel called Uncomfortable? Okay. So Drawbox Lesson 0 Part 2. Because I could skip to Lesson 1, but... Wait, changing your mindset? Oh! Okay, so I need to watch a lot of more videos before I even watch this one. Getting started with the Drawbox, what are the fundamentals? Okay. So we need to still watch this. We gotta learn our fundamentals, chat. Quote of the day. Because if you're gonna be an artist, that's something you
learn the highly technical side of perspective. You'd still benefit from taking another course to fill in those gaps later on. Although, in my career as an illustrator and a concept designer thus far, that's not something I needed to explore further just yet. Similarly, if drawing is essentially the act of putting marks down on a page, then another fundamental of drawing would be the ability to put down the specific marks you intend, also known as mark making, and to do so with confidence and control. Beginners will naturally have trouble controlling the marks they put down on the page, and if we're struggling to get the specific marks we intend to draw, then that makes everything else quite a bit more difficult. Lastly, in order to draw real, physical things, or at least things that are even vaguely rooted in reality, we must learn to see what actually exists. This is known as observation, which is the ability to not just rely on our memory, but to actually pay attention to what's in front of us on a granular level. This is something we explore here to a point, though we don't get too caught up in perfectly replicating reference images, or perfectly matching proportions. We focus on learning to study source material closely enough to pull out specific, useful information for the purposes of constructing objects that feel real and solid. Just like with perspective, this is also something you'll be able to delve into much more deeply, especially when it comes to learning how to replicate things more accurately than we bother with here. At the end of the day, spatial reasoning is our main focus, with confident and controlled mark making, as well as observation, being skills that are required to work towards that central goal. Spatial reasoning is, by its very nature, something that takes a fair bit of hard work, practice, and time to develop, so it's a skill that the majority of free tutorials you'll come across either glaze over or skip entirely. Despite this, it still serves as an incredibly important component to drawing anything, especially when you want to go beyond to develop. So it's a skill that by its very nature to work towards that central goal.
Spatial reasoning, mark making, observation. Okay.
Just like with perspective, this is also something you'll be able to delve into. Spatial reasoning is effectively a mixture of two of the fundamentals I'd listed previously: Form with some core concepts relating to perspective mixed in. That's a point worth emphasizing. While Drawbox teaches the basics of perspective early on, it is not a perspective course and only covers the bare minimum in Lesson 1, along with a few more. Drawbox teaches mixed in previously. Form, with some core concepts relating to perspective mixed in. That's a point worth emphasizing. While Drawbox teaches the basics of perspective early on, it is not a perspective course and only covers the bare minimum in Lesson 1, along with a few more interesting concepts towards the end. So, if you want to learn the highly technical side of perspective, you'd still benefit from taking another course to fill in those gaps later on. Although, in my career as an illustrator and a concept designer thus far, that's not something I needed to explore further just yet. Similarly, if drawing is essentially the act of putting marks down on a page, then another fundamental of drawing would be the ability to put down the specific marks you intend, also known as mark making, and to do so with confidence and control. Beginners will naturally have trouble controlling the marks they put down on the page, and if we're struggling to get the specific marks we intend to draw, then that makes everything else quite a bit more difficult. Lastly, in order to draw real, physical things, or at least things that are even vaguely rooted in reality, we must learn to see what actually exists. This is known as observation, which is the ability to not just rely on our memory, but to actually pay attention to what's in front of us on a granular level. This is something we explore here to a point, though we don't get too caught up in perfectly replicating reference images, or perfectly matching proportions. We focus on learning to study source material closely enough to pull out specific, useful information for the purposes of constructing objects that feel real and solid. Just like with perspective, this is also something you'll be able to delve into much more deeply, especially when it comes to learning how to replicate things more accurately than we bother with here. At the end of the day, spatial reasoning is our main focus, with confident and controlled mark making, as well as observation, being skills that are required to work towards that central goal. Spatial reasoning is, by its very nature, something that takes a fair bit of hard work, practice, and time to develop, so it's a skill that the majority of free tutorials you'll come across either glaze over or skip entirely. Despite this, it still serves as an incredibly important component that's mark making, as well as observation, being skills that are required to work towards that central goal. Spatial reasoning is, by its very nature, something that takes a fair bit of hard work, practice, and time to develop, so it's a skill that the majority of free tutorials you'll come across either glaze over or skip entirely. At the end of the day, spatial reasoning is our main focus, with confident and controlled mark making, as well as observation, being skills that are required to work towards that central goal. Spatial reasoning is, by its very nature, something that takes a fair bit of hard work, practice, and time to develop, so it's a skill that the majority of free tutorials you'll come across either glaze over or skip entirely. Despite this, it still serves as an incredibly important component to drawing anything, especially when you want to go beyond directly copying existing images and instead create your own scenes and designs from your imagination. It simply isn't great for growing one's audience when you tell them, well, before you do all this, spend 6 months to a year learning how to think in 3D space. That doesn't mean such resources are bad or not immensely useful, just that they rely on you showing up with certain skills. This also doesn't mean that you shouldn't dive into using them right away. Rather, all it means is that not having everything make sense to you doesn't mean you're not suited to drawing. It's really easy to, say, jump into a figure drawing video on YouTube and to feel lost or to have your drawings come out feeling flat. You probably will learn some things from it, but your inability to apply them as effectively as you'd like can overshadow that with frustration. It's totally okay. You are not alone in this, nor are you broken. You're just in the 1st grade trying to read a 9th grade by Steve Houston. Well, if it isn't necessary for us to develop those 3D spatial reasoning skills, and how do we build them back up? Each of those different topics we explore a stronger foundation for the understanding of how light and shading works, and so our students are generally better equipped to learn those concepts. After all, lighting is just the result of understanding the relationships between a light source and a form in the scene. If and when you're interested in learning more about shading, you can check out the 2 lessons on something that's worth talking about a little anyway. That's style. Style is something that a lot of beginners talk about and think about, but they don't necessarily fully understand what it is, and more importantly, how it relates to the things we're learning here. I'll often have prospective students look at Drawbox and go, nah, I'm specifically interested in drawing anime, thinking that the concepts we explore here don't relate to them, and that comes down to a misunderstanding of what style actually is. Style is a series of choices that we make. There can be style in how you choose to walk, or style in how you speak, or write, or, in our case, draw. It's a formula we developed for representing things in a certain way, and while many people may joke that one might shield themselves behind their style in order to refute criticism, it isn't actually that easy for the simple reason that style has to be internally consistent. If you draw lips a certain way, you have to draw all lips that way, unless there's another specific rule that differentiates which lips are drawn in that manner. Those of you who are inclined towards mathematics, or even programming, may think of style as a function, with the input being reality, the output being your final image, and the function itself being all of the instructions that define the style itself. Another way to think about it is that style is the lens through which we look at the world. They bend and alter what we see, but they do so in a consistent manner. Any rays of light coming from the same angle will always reflect in the same direction. And so, with style, the same thing displayed in the same circumstances should always be drawn in the same way. So when it comes to developing a style, it's really a matter of creating a list of instructions for you to follow every time. we don't teach. Style is something that a lot of beginners and more important students thinking that style actually is. Style is a series of choices that we make. There can be style in how you choose to walk, or style in how you speak, or write, or, in our case, draw. It's a formula we develop for representing things in a certain way, and while many people may joke that one might shield themselves behind their style in order to refute criticism, it isn't actually that easy for the simple reason that style has to be internally consistent. If you draw lips a certain way, you have to draw all lips that way, unless there's another specific rule that differentiates which lips are drawn in that manner. Those of you who are inclined towards mathematics being so you can start in the same way. So when it comes to developing a style, it's really a matter of creating a list of instructions for you to follow every
Okay. The main lesson that we're getting, because I don't know, I was kind of skipping to the end of Drawbox. Lesson Zero Part 2 is here. I'll show you. Oh my god, I need to get a better eraser. Alright, hold on. Whoa, okay, so then, hold on. What is up with my brush size today? Okay. So, wait, what okay. Here we go. Much better. So, Drawbox, Lesson Zero Part 2, spatial reasoning is our main goal. And spatial reasoning is basically form and perspective concepts, mark making, see what exists in, as well as what's in front of us in a grander what's it called, level. I think this is what all this means, because I'm gonna have to change this. That's the one thing I'm not too sure about. How to go back and yeah, because now I can't. Okay, I don't know how to change my font. That's the one thing I had to figure out. But style the series of choices we make. When we're running middle style, it's about creating a list of instructions to follow every time. So one of the things I do back when I was like in high school is this is how specifically I used to draw a list. I kind of created my own little thing that we have here with lips that go over here. I don't think y'all can see it with my mouth, unfortunately. Oh wait, maybe you can. Oh, you can see it. Nice. Trev guide to There we go. Okay. Now time to practice drawing a box, but we're also going to do lesson Dio. We gotta do like part 3, so we could listen to that, but I also want to do some drawing. So this is gonna be like a slow and steady process, but I want to use this one. Wait, what? No. What? How do I? Huh? How do I edit this? I can't get rid of that? No? Okay then. And how did the speech bubble work? Yeah, I want that. Oh, maybe I have to pick something really bigger? There we go. See? Look at your boy figuring out stuff. Okay. Nice. That's the one thing that I kind of find it frustrating. You have to make it on its own layer, I guess. I mean, I don't mind doing that, but you think... I guess it's technically on the same layer, so that's why it'd be like that. But regardless, that is no problem, because what we can do is transform, scale and rotate, move this around. Alright, this covers it. Alright, check this out. So what we're going to do, go back to layer 2. We're going to highlight... Wait, there's no object transformation? Oh, because this is layer 1, see? Always know your layers, chat. Very important. While at it, let's just change some of these so that we can have Don't worry, we're gonna fabulous. For speech bubble, I can make it so that it has the thing to like. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Balloon. Okay, so thought balloon tail. That's not really what I had in mind when it came to balloon tail, unfortunately. I guess I can erase it. No, you can't erase the balloon tail though. Once I gotta make it its own like something layer. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. The layer 2 hiding exactly. I don't know why I have this layer if it doesn't really do anything. Oh, maybe layer 2 is gonna be the layer that's gonna write on top of. Oh, no. That came before the speech bubble, so that's okay. Make sure I spell fabulous right. Okay. No. Make a new layer. Wait, what did I do? Wait, what? Huh. the third step I forgot to include. We're trying to draw some more boxes. Yay! I'm fine. And what do you know? We find tons of boxes right here. They're more so cubes, but this is going to be very important. Now we're gonna try, this time, oh, first of all, add that, text, this is gonna be called Day 2 Drawing Boxes Different. Shit, I'm like motivated. Holy shit. Like this is incredible. I'm taking notes and I'm drawing. Like, and then I'm seeing all these Pinterest references. Like, okay, no, I'm gonna do my homework, then have fun, cause that's the important thing. You gotta do a mix of stuff. You gotta do your homework, then reward yourself. And I'm gonna reward myself by drawing some art to celebrate the progress. So today's been a good day. I don't know why. Is it the font, maybe? Like it's weirdly stretched. And I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know why it is stretched like that. It's not like it. No, it's not italicized. Yeah, it's the pop about the roof. Okay. Sure. I feel like it's something to do with, cause not the text, it's like the box. Get rid of that. Delete layer. Make it close together and don't know.